I thought I'd give you a fun behind the scenes look at what goes into a fireside fairy tale. On Friday evenings, my family unplugs. We put away the screens, we put away the phones, and if the weather allows, we go out in the backyard, we light the fire pit, we cook real food over a real fire, we sing songs, the kids run around with sticks. It's great. We always conclude the evening with a story, and I've been sharing fairy tales with my kids and any friends that are around before I actually record them for all of you. Now, one or two people have asked me, oh, well, why don't you share those sessions? And I think you'll see why when you see this video. It's funny, it's entertaining, but it doesn't exactly make for the best storytelling experience. It's not as immersive because kids inevitably stop you and ask questions and they want to know this or that, or they make noise, or, they're fidgeting on the swing and it's squeaking and things like that. So I treat these sessions as kind of warm-ups and practices, and then sometimes the comments that kids come up with really make me go, oh my gosh, I've never even considered that. So some of my commentary comes directly from what the kids have to say. So please enjoy this recording of me reading Rapunzel to the kids a couple of weeks ago. And I hope you get a kick out of it, and I hope you understand a little bit more of what goes into the process, but also maybe why you get a more polished, quiet recording of me sitting alone after all the kids have gone to bed. Okay, you ready to hear the story?
Yeah.
Okay. Once upon a time, there lived a man and a woman who had long wished for a child, but never had one.
Why didn't they have one?
Well, that's complicated. Sometimes people have things that are wrong with their bodies, and it can be hard to have a child.
Okay. Like this. Why did she not have one?
Well, yeah, sometimes people have a hard time having children, and then they have to go see a doctor, and it can be complicated and embarrassing, and sometimes people feel sad about that.
You learned that in year 6.
Yeah, you learn about that in year 6.
Yeah.
You're year 1, so we're just not going to get into that. But at last the woman became pregnant. These people had a little window in the back of their house out of which they could see a fairy's garden, which was full of flowers and herbs of all sorts.
Mom,
yeah?
why did the one in our illustrated book that has the peacock in it? It's a witch.
Oh,
not a
so,
fairy.
well, in some versions of the story, they say it's a witch, but in the very first one, they said it was a fairy.
Or just an old lady.
People tell it their own way.
It's just an old lady.
They just, or maybe a young lady, but she was a fairy in the first one. One day, the woman stood at this window looking down and saw a lovely bed of Rapunzel. She had such a craving for it and yet she knew, yes, sweetheart?
Where did she see the Rapunzel?
She saw the Rapunzel out the window. Rapunzel is a kind of lettuce.
Where was it?
It was down in the garden.
Where was it planted?
In the dirt.
No, but where did it grow up to?
I couldn't say, but I would expect in the dirt, and then a little bit above the dirt is where it grew. Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah. So she had such a craving for it. Yeah, we are growing Rapunzel.
They look like Rapunzel's hair.
Maybe.
The seeds do, anyway.
She had such a craving for it, and yet she knew that she could not have any. She fell into distraction and depression. All of this frightened her husband, who asked his wife the reason she was in such a state.
It's kind of like when I can't have bourbon creams.
Kind of. I would say.
I wanted to try a bourbon cream, but I couldn't.
No, bourbon creams are delicious. Don't get me wrong, but it's a little bit different. And I'll put it this way. So when I was pregnant with you girls, one day I ate 6 avocados when I was pregnant with you. And one day I ate an entire side of salmon when I was pregnant with you.
Is that why Phoebe loves salmon so much?
No, it was baked. I don't know. Maybe that's why she likes salmon so much. Maybe. Anyway, all of this frightened her husband, who asked his wife the reason she was in such a state.
Mom,
yes.
Why did the Rapunzel heal her?
I don't know. Because it's magic. Probably because it's magic.
Maybe she just wanted it a lot and she wouldn't eat until she had some of it.
Well, I'll put it this way. I've been pregnant twice, and you definitely get food cravings. You definitely get very, very hungry. It's hard work growing a person. Okay, at this rate, I'm never going to finish the story. So the woman said, if I can't get any of the Rapunzel from the garden behind our house to eat, surely I will die. The man, who loved his wife very much...
Isn't that being a bit dramatic?
Probably. The man who loved his wife very much thought...
Mum, it's also a bit violent.
I wouldn't say violent.
Violent is when another person hurts another person. She's just hurting herself. No, the lamb's lettuce is hurting her.
I would say she's not going to hurt anybody.
It feels venomous though.
It feels venomous.
Yeah. It would feel venomous.
Oh, I hear
Okay. So the man. Okay. Well, let's listen and find out what happened. The man who loved his wife very much thought, "I will get her some, whatever the cost." Let's start. Okay. The man who loved his wife very much thought, "I will get her some, whatever the cost." One evening, he climbed over the high wall and quickly dug up a handful of the Rapunzel, which he took home to his wife. The woman made a salad right away and ate it ravenously. The Rapunzel tasted so good to her, that she craved it 3 times as much the next day. The man saw that there would be no peace, so he went into the garden again. But he was terribly frightened, for there stood the fairy, who viciously scolded him for daring to enter her garden and steal from it. He begged to be excused as best he could, saying that his wife was pregnant and how it would put her in danger to refuse her request. At last the fairy said, "I will be content. You may take as much Rapunzel as you like, so long as you give me the child your wife now carries." Taken by fear, the man agreed to everything. When the woman went into labor, I mean, was it?
This is kind of like Rumpelstiltskin.
Kind of. Now, was he stupid or was he stressed out?
Both.
I mean, both. Maybe both. Okay. Anyway,
Maths test.
so when the woman went into labor, the fairy appeared instantly, named the little girl Rapunzel, and took her away. This Rapunzel became the most beautiful child under the sun. But when she was 12 years old, the fairy locked her in a high tower that had neither stair nor doors. That is kind of mean. And only a small window at the top.
What does she want to do with the child?
She's violent.
That's an interesting question.
Kill her!
Kill her!
Whoa, that escalated quickly.
Well, she did.
I mean, I don't know. Actually, you'll see. In the end, nothing happens to the fairy.
Mom, I like the child bit where she gets a boy and a girl.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. No spoilers.
Mom,
No spoilers.
I would name the girl Rose.
Okay.
What about the boy?
Well, we'll talk about that.
Roscoe!
We'll talk about that later.
Rose and Roscoe.
We haven't even met the dad yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. When the fairy wanted to come in, she stood below and called, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let your hair down to me."
For some reason, I just thought of Rapunzel. Rapunzel, let down your blue hair.
Well, maybe in this day and age, she would have blue hair, but back then they didn't have blue hair dye.
Aww.
Rapunzel had magnificent hair as fine as spun gold. When the fairy called out, she would untie it, wrap it around a window hook, and the hair would fall 20 L's down. And the fairy would call up. An L is the length from here to here. Now, in medieval Europe, sometimes it was longer, but an L is generally, because look, it makes an L, doesn't it? Yeah? So when people used to wind things, they would say that's 1 L, 2 L's. So yeah, that's what an L means in olden times.
20 L's, 5
Yep.
L's, 6 L's, 7 L's.
The hair would fall 20 L's down and the fairy would climb up. One day,
Wouldn't
a
that
young
hurt?
son of a king through the forest where the tower stood, saw the beautiful Rapunzel standing at the window and heard her singing with such a sweet voice. Exactly like that.
Amelia and Daisy, it's time to go.
Oh, time for... Sorry, girls. We'll finish the story next time. Okay. Okay, my girls, you can finish. We'll see you girls later. Good night. We can finish the story and then it's time for a bath. Okay? All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. One day, a young son of a king came through the forest where the tower
Mom?
stood. Yes?
Where was the tower built?
In
And
the
a big
forest?
meadow.
It was in the forest.
But what did it look like?
Well, what do forests usually have?
Trees.
Trees? Yeah, plants. What else?
Phoebe, just imagine a big cone with a triangle on top.
Ah, there you go. Just big trees.
I think I remember what it looks like.
Well, we live in a
Made
forest.
out of.
If you watch Tangled, you'll see.
Wait.
Stop discriminating us.
Wait. It's gray blocks. It's gray blocks. Gray blocks.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
making it in Minecraft.
Okay, we need to finish the story because you girls need to go in the bath. One day, a young son of a king came through the forest where the tower stood, saw the beautiful Rapunzel standing at the window, and heard her singing with such a sweet voice that he fell completely in love with her. Oh, is that what she sounded like?
Yes.
Okay, do her song. Okay. Are you very pleased? But since there was no door in the tower and no ladder could reach high enough, he fell into despair. Every day he went into the forest, and one day he saw the fairy come along and say, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel,
Let down your blue
let
hair.
down your hair." Well, your blue hair.
Burn your paper.
No, I need it. Then he saw the ladder that led to the tower. He had memorized the words he had to say, and the next day when it was dark, he went to the tower and called up, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair."
Blue hair.
Not blue hair, golden hair.
No, it's blue hair.
Her hair's not blue. It's not in this
She
story.
wanted to dye her hair blue
Then she let her hair go, and when it was at the bottom, he grabbed hold of it and was pulled up.
by the blue tresses. It said my version it is.
Okay. Then she let her hair go, and when it was at the bottom, he grabbed hold of it and was pulled up. Rapunzel was frightened at first, but soon she liked the young king
Because
so
she
well.
saw that the end of her hair was green.
She agreed with him that he should come to the tower every day. So they lived merrily and joyfully for quite some time. The fairy didn't find
Why
out
not escape?
because it was too tall for a ladder, remember?
Yeah, but inside the Tangled movie, she hooked her hair on and grabbed like the end of it,
Uh-huh.
and then she went wee.
Yeah, except this is not the Disney version.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, the fairy didn't find out what was going on until one day Rapunzel said to her, "Tell me, Madame Gothel, my little clothes are getting..."
Gothel?
Gothel, it means stepmother, so Madame stepmother. "My little clothes are getting so tight and won't fit anymore." And the German word is like my clothies. Like my little clothy clothes are getting so tight and won't fit anymore.
She's fat.
She's not fat. What do you think she is?
Big.
Her clothes don't fit anymore because
Baby!
Exactly.
Baby saw.
"Oh, you godless child," said the fairy. "What do I hear from you?" Right away, she saw how she had been deceived and was quite furious.
What does deceived mean?
Deceived means like you
Betrayed?
tricked someone on purpose. Like you made a plan to trick someone. Not cool. Well, I don't know that she deceived her. She just didn't tell her. Nah, she deceived her. Anyway, then she took Rapunzel's beautiful hair, wrapped it around her left hand a couple of times, grabbed a pair of scissors with her right hand, and snip, snip, it was cut off.
Oh, not her blue hair.
I know, right? Well,
Blue tresses are such a trend.
you could do worse. Then she banished Rapunzel to a desert, where she fared very poorly. After some time, she bore twins, a boy and a
What
girl.
were their names?
We'll discuss that later.
Rose and Roscoe.
But on the same day that she had banished Rapunzel, the fairy fastened her cut hair to the hook. That evening, when the king's son came and said, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your
Blue
hair."
hair.
She did let down her hair, but how astonished the prince was when he found the fairy up there instead of his beloved Rapunzel.
Her blue wings.
"You know what?" said the enraged fairy. "Rapunzel is lost to you forever, you villain." Then the prince became completely desperate,
He just
and in an instant he threw himself down from the tower. He escaped with his life, but lost the use of his eyes. He
How does that
wandered
work?
sad. So if you smack your head, like especially in the back, it can damage your vision.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I smacked my nose today.
You did smack your nose today. You fell down in the playground, but
Can you see my hand?
You can still see. Yep, you can still see. So you're okay.
I can see that thing.
There you go.
I can see that thing. I can see that thing.
We've got 3 paragraphs to go, kiddos. 3 paragraphs. He wandered sadly through the forest, eating nothing but grass and roots. Does that sound good?
Ew.
Yeah. And doing nothing but weeping. A few years later, he came to the desert where Rapunzel lived miserably with her children. Her voice seemed so familiar to him, and in the blink of an eye she knew it was him and threw her arms around his neck. 2 of her tears fell into his eyes, and they became clear again.
How does that work?
And he could
Was it
see
her blue
as
hair?
before. No, so here's my theory. Tell me what you think of this theory. Because her mother ate magical fairy lettuce while she was pregnant, and then because Rapunzel was like raised by a fairy, I think Rapunzel had magic powers, but maybe she wasn't totally aware of them. Do you agree with that theory?
That does work, like partial magic powers.
Yeah, like she has magic in her, but she's not a fairy herself, so she doesn't have like total control over it. But in this like super emotional moment, like she was able to make the magic come out of her.
Without notice.
Does that work? That's kind of my theory. Anyway, go to bed.